Okay, Scott from HeyUGuys. Lovely
Hey,
to meet you.
how's it going?
As you came across, your music just swelled
I
behind
know.
you,
I
as if
thought
by-
that's
as if
my
by magic.
my fanfare.
How big is the land of Tolkien in your house?
It's huge. It's huge in my household. It's huge in my heart and in my mind. It was, in a way, one of the first fantasy realms that I tumbled into when I read The Hobbit as a kid. And in another way, it was the last one I tumbled into as a young adult when the films came out. And in a way, no other film moved me since then, because that was the end of my childhood and the beginning of my young adulthood and my professional career. So it was like that perfect nexus where I, in one way, was taken away to Middle-earth again. And yet I also watched those behind-the-scenes documentaries over and over, and I thought, well, those are my people. I want to hang out with those people, the people that go way overboard, making the thing that they love. Like, that's me. I could hang with them. I could do that. Wouldn't it be great if one day I got to do something like The Lord of the Rings? And yet, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, Howard Shore's score is obviously so iconic. So what was your approach going into this? Because it is Lord of the Rings, but it is a part of the story that we haven't seen before. So did that help you with the kind of, it was slightly fresh take on the stories?
The fresh take on the material absolutely helps, not just as a writer, but even just as a fan. When I found out it was going to take place in the Second Age, I thought that that's a show I want to watch. That's something that is right there under the surface of the trilogy, both in the books and the movies, that has never been dramatized in the way that the movies were. So, with regard to Howard Shore's music, I always felt like I wanted to write a score that would evolve into that. I want, when the show is over, for fans to be able to watch it and then put on the film trilogy and feel the sense of continuity. I want to do my part to make that happen. But that also means there's material that has to be generated. There's new characters. We see Númenor. You know, these are characters and places that need to have an identity that earns its own existence. So in a way, like, I wanted to write in Howard Shore's style and acknowledge his legacy, but also create something that could help take this audience on this new journey.
Yeah. Just as a final question, I mean, it's something with any literature or any books or comic books where everyone has their interpretation and wants to see. Do you think that the filmmakers of this have done justice to the material and the fans will, even if it's not exactly what they want, it is in keeping with Tolkien's vision?
I remember when the trilogy was coming out, and some friends of mine were upset that some New Zealand director that they had not heard of was directing it. And I was telling them how wrong they were. I was a huge fan of Peter Jackson's work. And, time proved that he was the right person to make it. There was no Tom Bombadil. You know what I mean? Like, there was material that got changed. And fans still embraced it as an interpretation that they could love. I feel like the creators of the Rings of Power have probably earned their place in that pantheon, that they've created something that is an incredible adaptation and vision. It's an inviting experience to go to the Second Age. And I'm grateful for that. As a fan, I'm grateful for that. And, time will tell. But I'm confident that I think we did it, man. I think we did it.
I think you did as well. I think you did. I wish you all the best. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks,
Pleasure
man.
to talk to you.
Take care.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,